Sarah Lauren. Let's go.
All I want this summer is a man that has a job, works out, is a foodie, but also likes to have fun, lives.
Okay, so let's start. Has a job. So I think these days, what a decent job is about 4K, 4 to 5K. So if you're looking for a guy that's like under 35, maybe under 30, let's say under 30. Most of the time, they're going to be in this 4 to 6K range. US, we're going to assume. Has a job, works out. Okay, so by the time he works out, usually about 2 hours. Let's go with 4 days a week. By the time you pay all your expenses or whatever, is a foodie. Okay, so by the time you pay your expenses, you're looking at maybe you're saving 2K. Likes to have fun. Okay, so what does that mean? What kind of activities? Likes to have fun means you're spending money. That's what it translates to, right? Likes having fun. It cannot be cheap today. The moment you exit the house, you're already spending $50. Okay, that's just how it is. You leave the house, regardless of activity, $50 is the absolute minimum. Okay. Now, foodie, of course. So we know how food prices are today. A decent restaurant where you're going out and having food all the time, at least once a week, you're looking at, especially if you're obviously going to be paying for the girl, that's part of the expectation package. We're talking $100 a meal. If we're going to do our monthly bill for being a foodie, which is assuming once a week going out, paying for your girl's or this girl's meal, which is not your girl yet, probably isn't. We're talking $400 a month US. $400 a month. Okay. Do I need to go any further than this? For now, I'm going to leave it at that. Let's see what else, what other expectations she has, of course. Not to mention the gym membership's another $50, but that's, I think guys should be doing that regardless of the chick.
A balanced lifestyle. So
There's no such thing as a balanced lifestyle. See, like, man, I'm already pausing the video so many times. There's no such thing as a balanced lifestyle. Okay, balanced lifestyle means I'm okay to be average. So I'm gonna take my above average pay, is assuming the guy has to be a little bit above average here, to pull all this off. So I'm gonna take my above average pay, and instead of like working towards the future, and doing what I got to do financially, I'm gonna instead take you on as a monthly expense, and then somehow you're going to justify it and say, "Oh, but I'm worth it because I'm fun," and meanwhile you're not going to offer any value. Okay, there's no such thing as balanced lifestyle right now. The economy's, everybody's suffering. Okay, I have private conversations with people all the time. Okay, even the people that are doing a little bit better off, they're not saving that much money per month, if we're being honest. This is above average people. Okay, and now if you get into the way above average, even they're like, is the juice worth the squeeze? You know, is the juice worth the squeeze? The number of guys that work out consistently and do what you want is like, maybe let's call it 15% with just those two categories. So has a job. When you say that, you're talking about, like I said, above a certain threshold, and works out. Actually, we're probably going to go to 10%. I'm being generous. 10%, maybe, not including the looks variables and all these things. Let's continue. Balanced lifestyle. Biggest cope ever.
he works out and he does his job and he grinds, but he also likes to go on the weekends. He likes to party. He likes to travel.
How? How? Now we add travel. Okay, so let's add travel in there as an expense. So before we went from $400 a month to a weekly outing at a decent restaurant. Okay, let's go now to. And by the way, when I say $100, we're not talking just meal. We're talking meal for me and the girl. And I eat a lot of food, so I have to get a $40 dish by the time I get a steak or whatever. Girls' meal is probably a little bit cheaper, but by the time you get the drinks included, right? Because let's be honest, there's going to be a glass of wine in there. You're going to talk $100. Let's just be real about it, okay? To not look like a broke. Okay, so now we're talking travel. Well, we already know tickets, right? Any localized location. So if you're traveling nationally, you're looking at about just the ticket itself. Let's call it 250. Yeah, you could probably do some $100 tickets that are really really shitty with the, what is it called? Is it Flair? I think that's the one. I'm not American, by the way. Just that's why I don't know. But I think it's like I think it's Flair. And then you got, so that's about $200, not including stay, of course, not including whatever. If you're going for a few days, you're gonna include an Airbnb. That's gonna be $100 a night. That's minimum, by the way, if you're going low season, and not super desirable location. And let's talk about 3 meals a day, which likely you're gonna be paying for. And if you're a workout guy, then obviously diet's important. So now, if diet's important, you're not going to want to eat anything, right? So now you're going to have to take the time to pre-pack and buy all the food there, or buy it over there, prepare it, which takes time away from the vacation, which now means that you're not going to enjoy the fun as much. But is that part of a balanced lifestyle or not? Because for me, like I have to calorie count, track calories, blah blah blah. Yes, I'm natural, by the way. That's why I'm not, ultra jacked or whatever. But the point is, right? I have to do all these things to maintain a certain standard. I have to. So once again, is this coming into this balanced lifestyle where the bill is now at 600-700 bucks, a month, if we're including travel? How often are we traveling too? Right? Even if you're traveling only twice a year, bumps it up because even one traveling event, okay, is going to cost. And you're always going to fork over more of the expenses than she will every single time. Okay. This is just how it's going to be. It's not going to be 50-50. So we're already very delusional and we're 15 seconds into this clip, man. It's crazy.
He would on a Thursday stay in and we could order food or make food together and just relax.
Yeah, making food's fine. That's not that crazy of expectation. Ordering food, if we're gonna order food, well, now we're going up from one time a week to twice a week, and ordering food's about 50 bucks for two parties.
Watch Netflix, do absolutely nothing but hang out with each other. But then the following
Is that
weekend, we
a
go out, we party, we have
wait?
fun.
Is that an e-cig in her hand too?
He randomly texts me on a
No,
Tuesday
it's not.
and he says, "Get changed, be ready by 8 because I have a date planned for us. I made the reservation and everything, and I'll be picking you up right at 8. So be ready outside your apartment." Where is that man? Because I've been looking for a man for that for this summer and I can't find them. And there's a lot of men in New York, okay? And I can't find him.
You can't find them because you're delusional. Okay, like the type of guy you're looking for, there's not nearly as many of them as you love to believe. You and plenty of other women, okay? Like it's tough out here. Okay? Very, very tough. And you're looking for that guy, so are hundreds of other girls, and there's only so many to pick off. That's just the reality. Okay? And I broke down the numbers, and if we really want to go deeper, we can keep going deeper if you would like. But I think I've made my point pretty clear on this.
But I also want him to look at me every single day and think that he won the lottery with me. So let's add that in there.
Okay, that's gotta be okay, so I'm pretty sure that was a parody clip. I'm pretty sure that was just a joke. When she threw that extra sentence in the end, at that point, it's gotta be just instigating, right? But yeah, let's just be realistic. All of that is completely delusional. I would cut those expectations down by 75%, and then it's probably reasonable, assuming you want a guy that's not, by your standards within your age bracket. Because look at all the different criteria, right? You want a guy that's probably the same age as you, because that's the ideal thing, same age, right? Which doesn't make any sense, but that's sort of the societal standard. You want all those other things included, and you want him to be probably taller than you, right? And you want him to look a certain way, probably drive a certain type of vehicle, because you said he has to come pick you up, right? Well, having a vehicle in New York, we already know what comes with that territory. It's very, very expensive to have a vehicle there. And for a lot of people, it's, practical. I mean, I'm all about owning a vehicle. Obviously, I own my own, of course, obviously. But I'm saying in New York, for a lot of guys that are trying to get ahead, a lot of them might opt for not having a vehicle to save that monthly expense. All right, well, I think I've made my point very clear. This is 5 out of 5 on the delusional spectrum. That's all for the video, guys. Make sure to like the video to help push in the algorithm for me. And as usual, make sure to check out my Patreon for more private content.